Okay, I'll show you my process now for running audio through the Moog Minitaur, and the way I've got everything set up here, I'm actually using the microphone on the camera rather than my condenser mic. It was just a bit easier to do it this way. So, I've got the Moog Minitaur here, got the Apogee Duet, and what's actually happening with this setup is the breakout cable from the Duet here. I actually have outputs here, two outputs. So this first output, I'm running a jack cable from the output of the Duet, and this is going to an audio input on the back of the Moog Minitaur. We have a jack audio input, and then we also have the audio output from the Minitaur. So I'm running a jack cable from the output of the Minitaur into my mixing desk, and then the output of the mixing desk is going into the Apogee Duet. So that's all the audio setup. And then on the Minitaur itself, we don't want any of the synth stuff happening, so we have this kind of state of the Minitaur where the cutoff is fully open, the resonance is all the way down, the envelope amount is at 0, the VCO1 level and VCO2 level are all the way down, and the envelopes are fully open, so I've got the attack all the way to the left, and decay, release and sustain is all the way up, and this means that the audio is passing through, but you know, we're not going to hear any of the saw waves or square waves or anything like that. We can actually filter sounds, filter beats, which we will do when we record it. We'll use this ladder filter to filter some of these beats, and so that's everything set up there. And then we bring in the Maestro software that comes with the Duet. You can see my outputs. I've got quite a high output level, and you'll see this, the recording level, what comes through here, and then on the input I've just boosted the mic input a little bit. It's a mic input because it's running SLRs from the mixing desk. And then on Logic, what we've got here, this drum loop, this is a variety of different loops. I thought it'd be not interesting to hear what drums, vocals, bass sounds sound like run through the Minitaur. So I've got a few different loops that we're going to record in. I've also got this instrument channel with a MIDI note here, and this is to trigger the Minitaur. So although we're not actually using it for MIDI or anything, you have that MIDI note there, it's just set to loop, it triggers the Minitaur, and Minitaur, everything else is set up the same way as the power cable and the USB and stuff, so that triggers it in order for it to trigger and the audio to run through. And then we've got this audio ready track, input monitoring on, record on, levels all the way down, and you'll see now then, I think that's everything. So if I hit record now, I'll show you also, because I set all those levels on Maestro and stuff. So if I hit record, and you'll see here a nice level coming in on the input in the Duet, and a nice level going out. So you've got nice levels because you can actually just pick up a bit of noise. So you want nice, healthy levels, because otherwise you're going to be boosting it afterwards. You can be boosting that noise floor level as well. And you can see on this input, it's just coming down the left channel. It's mono only, so you can't run stereo signals through here. So yeah, we've got a nice healthy level. Need to mention as well, this audio is being sent to output 1 here, and then the input is monitoring on input 1. So we go input 1 and 2, but we're just sending a mono signal out, which is why it's only receiving it on the left channel. So you can see all these healthy levels here. Yeah, and so that's how you do it in Logic. Well, that's how I do it in Logic anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and record again, and then this time maybe on this beat that we've got here, I've copied over quite a few loops of this, so we can use the filter a little bit as well. So and then once we recorded it through, we can sort of listen to the audio together and do a bit of a compare and contrast, see what it does to the sound, because I really love what to the sound, what it brings to the audio. So go ahead and record. So you've got some top loops. Filter them a little bit. And then this is just a kick drum, which we probably don't need 8 bars of. But I actually use this for sample libraries quite a lot. Run audio through this, and it just does really nice stuff to the kick drum. It just knocks out that quite harsh, sometimes digital sounding frequency around 4K. It sort of kind of gets rid of it. So, and here's a beat. So if you wanted to start using the lovely ladder filter on some beats here, just a bit of res. And now we've got some bass loops over here. What it's going to do to sort of some lower frequency sounds, some more melodic content. And finally, a vocal loop that I just chucked in. It's just an Apple loop actually. Come on. It's a quite clean sounding vocal, and we'll listen to what it does to sort of like the top end of this. And we'll try some crazy filtering now as well.
Come on.
So it stops. So that's our audio recorded in there, mono only, of course. So let's bring this onto a separate channel and do a bit of a compare and contrast, see what that's brought to the sound.
So I've just edited that recording slightly. I brought it onto two separate audio channels here. So we've got a one new audio channel with the recording that was the audio that's been passed through the Moog Minitaur, and this other audio channel, which we don't want any input on this one. And this was the unprocessed audio before we passed it through the Moog. And what I've done as well is I've actually level matched the two pieces of audio. So this tops loop is peaking at minus 4.4 dB, which is identical to the pre-Moog audio, just so you can hear what it brings to the sound. So I've got this multimeter up as well, and just one thing I noticed straight away is that kind of frequency right around here is present on this. I mean, you might like that top end, but I just think you play that and then you play this, it sounds a bit more, I don't know, worn, degraded. It's a bit like when I've got a reel-to-reel tape machine and you run audio through that. It's a bit similar sound really, and I love it. It just makes it sound so full, like so warm. If you want to add in a bit of air on something like that, then you can do. You know, you could use a nice EQ unit and just sweeten up an air band or something. But I'd say as well, the audio I've used apart from the vocal loop was audio from the Spark presets Future House 2, I think, Future House Volume 2, which is available on adsrsounds.com. So all these audio loops are taken from that sample pack. So this was the tops loop, and then we can hear the Moog ladder filter in action here on this tops. High res value. So yeah, I love I love to run individual hits through this. Actually, sounds great. So here's the kick drum. So pre Moog Minitaur, yeah, it's brighter, but this to me sounds a lot more warmer, a lot fuller, a lot bigger. It knocks out that what I think is quite a digital sounding frequency up here in the sort of around 4K region. And here's the beats. So this is the pre-Moog beat. And this is what it sounded like once we passed it through the Moog. Yeah, it's deeper, but yeah, I just love the sound. And then we do some filtering here as well. So you got a nice analog filter going on your drums. Bit of that French house vibe. And then the bass loop, which was less noticeable what I brought to this. This is post Moog up here. Again, it's knocking out some of the brightness. Some of the, I think at high volumes can be a little bit sort of a bit harsh sounding. And yeah, and we've got the vocal as well.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
It's quite subtle, but it makes a big difference for me.
Come on,
And I've got the filter in here.
come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on.
Beautiful sounding filter.
Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come on.
Yeah, so that's the sound. You know, I love that sound. It's just a shame you can't run a stereo in and out of here, because otherwise I would run full mixes through the Moog. But yeah, it's great for that, using that audio input. And I think that on top of everything else you can do with it as a synthesizer, and then also for processing audio units for the price it is, it's absolutely amazing, and it's in my workflow day to day. So okay, that's the end of this series of videos we're doing based on the Moog Minitaur. I hope you've enjoyed them. Any questions, just get in touch, give us a shout. Thanks for watching. Cheers.